when I did, there inside was a letter from James T. Fields, the editor himself, offering to publish Life in the Iron Mills, my story, saying that he wished to publish more work, that he found my work fascinating. He sent a check for $50. And then there were more letters and more letters, and an offer from Nathaniel Hawthorne in Concord, Massachusetts, to come and visit there and meet the literary giants of the time. And in one dizzying year, 1861 into 1862, I was on my way. I suppose those people wanted to see what sort of human beings come up from the back hills of Virginia. And if they found me strange, I found them stranger still. Let me summon for you those memorable ghosts of Concord, Massachusetts, the literary lions. Mr. Ralph Waldo Emerson, Mr. Bronson Alcott, and Mr. Nathaniel Hawthorne himself. Let me describe for you what it was like to enter their domain. One night at Wayside, Mr. Hawthorne's home in Concord, Bronson Alcott stood at the mantelpiece, his long gray hair flowing, his hands keeping time to these ore-ton sentences that spouted from his mouth. Mr. Emerson seemed very interested in what he was saying, but Mr. Hawthorne turned to me and with a look of mischief in his eye said, "And now he will tell you about pears." "Pears?" I said. "Yes, pears. Mr. Alcott believes that an all-vegetable diet is the most healthy for body and spirit. He might begin talking about Plato or about some idea from the day's news, but he will always come back to the subject of pears and to the benefits of an all-vegetable diet." Presently, Mr. Alcott finished his diatribe about the benefits of an all-vegetable diet, and he sat down to a dinner of beefsteak. But it was not long before, once again, he came round to the subject of pears. Now, imagine with me, friends, being asked to participate in a conversation about the spiritual benefits of pears. Well, I was baffled and silent, just as you would be. It seemed to me that it was a fitting symbol for these ideas that these men had. They were so lofty and impractical. Their ideas were like beautiful bubbles blown from a child's pipe, all airy, in fairy colors, but distorted. Oh, so attractive, but impossible to pin down. Let me give you another example. Mr. Alcott had built for Mr. Emerson a bower for him to do his thinking in. It was a great structure, 2 stories high, made of saplings, all fitted out with seats and a desk, for Mr. Emerson to do his thinking in. The problem was, he had forgotten to make an entrance, a doorway. One could stand outside and admire it, praise it for being so artistic, but no one could walk inside. These men did not commune with the common folk. Their ideas were were so insubstantial and so alien to those of us who had come from the rugged country. Oh, it was a glorious time for me, but I was disturbed by their talk of war. You see, they talked of war incessantly, but they had never seen the war. In 1862, I had come up from the borderlands, where I had seen the war firsthand, the filthy spewings of it. I had seen the burned out houses and heard the cries of the women. War does not ennoble men. It makes brutish men more brutish. Honorable men degenerate into thieves and sots. If war is an armed angel with a mission, she has the personal habits of the slums. Oh, I suppose, if the truth were stated, my zealousness is no different from theirs. It simply takes another form. I had an insane ambition to tell the stories of those whose stories had never been told before. Because you see, I believe that before we go out into the great silence of death, we should tell our stories. Not just the stories of our personal lives, but of the time in which we live, of the people we know and the places, the way they are. It is my goal not to change your mind necessarily, but to make history live and breathe for you in what I write. Thank you.